Hey, I am doing the hike from Sugar Bowl to Palisades. I'm on the first little PCT climb up towards Donner Peak. Just past Roller Pass. That's Mount Lincoln. You can see the top of the ski lift there. It's a lot easier to get up here that way. The last time I did this hike last year, behind me there's a big snowfield that had to hike up and around to navigate, so it was nice to just walk across. But definitely a little late for the wildflowers. There's some good spots, but the fields of mule's ear are past their prime. The last time I did this trail, I looked at the profile and yeah, it's more downhill than uphill, and the last part is downhill. And so I ran some of the more runnable parts until I got tired, thinking like, oh, you know, once I get to the end, then it'll just be downhill. But the downhill was so steep that it was about as hard as going uphill. So this time I am not running the runnable parts generally. Instead, just trying to keep up a steady pace and save my legs for the descent down into Palisades, to Olympic Valley. And there is a tiny first peak of Tahoe. The stretch of the PCT from Sugar Bowl to Palisades is a little over 15 miles. I just hit 7.5, so I'm almost halfway there mileage wise. And I'm pretty sure I've done more than half the climbing, which is nice. So mostly downhill, but some of the downhill is not super easy. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm excited to keep going. Just dropped a lot of elevation into this gorgeous valley. I'm about 8.5 miles, so solidly more than halfway at this point. Last time I did this was kind of early July, and the wildflowers going off and it was super green, and I was a little worried doing this in mid-August that it would not live up to the last time, but it is still just as beautiful, but in a different going into fall type of way. So beautiful. Mid-August. I'm a little more than 10.5 miles in, so about 2/3 of the way. I'm back to climbing. Climbing after 10 miles and a lot of downhill makes this a much less steep climb feel a lot worse. I just turned off the PCT to head down towards Palisades and Olympic Valley. I think eventually I'll be on the Granite Chief Trail. I'm not sure if this is technically Granite Chief yet. Olympic Valley, getting close, about 3 miles left down to the valley floor. You can see the tram there. I was a little tempted to keep hiking to the tram and then just take the tram down, but decided I wanted to do the full thing. All right, we are in the granite scrambly part. I mean, it's not like real scrambling, but there's a couple places that I remember having to use a hand. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but I think I'm down the steepest, rockiest part of the downhill that I did at about a 35-minute mile pace. But fingers crossed I'm done with that. This final descent into the valley feels like it's taking forever. I think I've got about a mile left, but it just feels like it's taking so long. It's also gotten hot now. There's no more breeze and it's hotter in the day. At least it's still pretty. I am so close to the end. I can see the parking lot, which is very exciting. Just a little bit more, and I'm really looking forward to a beer and something real to eat. All right, this was awesome.